I've said this a lot to you guys in the past, but I think we need to have like a firm, real conversation about it. Here's what I like. These are things I like. When I go to restaurants and they're like, "You want to sit at the bar?" I'm like, "No, there's no backrest there." When I go to a football game, I like having a plethora of food options. I like draft beer. I like being able to utilize my credit card. I like being able to logistically enter into a parking lot and then exiting that parking lot without having to wait for 3 hours for the dart to come around. I like a lot of people in the football games and stadiums that I'm in. I want 105,000 people if I can get 105,000 people versus 90,000 people. And for those reasons, I think we need to move the Cotton Bowl to Arlington, to AT&T Stadium, and all enjoy a nice temperature, weather-controlled stadium while watching a great game with a backrest.
Okay, so that is a piping hot take. Ryan's booing. I think it's a very hot take. I think you sound 45 years old right now.
Good.
Good. Okay.
I'm either really hot. The night before has me feeling tired because we're all going out. I'm tired. And I just want to watch the game in peace.
So 100 years of history mean nothing.
Yeah, the only constant is change these days, guys. Let's keep it going.
Okay.
This is objectively your worst take.
Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a tough one because listen, I agree with you that the situation of the Cotton Bowl and the game there, it's always hot, it's always sunny, it sucks to get into and get out of. I'm with you on all of that. But I prepare myself for 364 days out of the year that I will embrace the suck for one day.
We don't have to.
Yeah, we do.
There's nothing like it.
Our fathers and our grandfathers before us have done so. So you know what we're gonna do? I get where you're coming from.
You know what? I'm gonna hop in here.
Get it, Matt.
I was gonna say, you know what? I somewhat actually agree with Patrick.
No, don't do this. No.
Here's my thing. The only reason I love the Cotton Bowl so much is because of the fair completely surrounding it, right? Obviously, the atmosphere.
Exactly. The fair sucks too, Matt.
Okay.
Anyone who's like,
the negative.
Anyone who's like, I'm going to go watch the game at the fair. I'm like, why? Why are you going to the fair?
Leaving. Okay, because bad experience. The last OU Texas, it did take me 3 hours to get home. I could not find an Uber. It was miserable.
It's never good.
Miserable.
It's never good.
If they just move the fair to Arlington, I definitely agree. I love the fair. I love the atmosphere.
No.
If 20,000 more people.
If you move the game, keep the fair where it is.
Jerry Jones, you got my ticket, baby. We're going to Arlington. I love it.
No. Patrick,
guys,
I agree with Ryan. This is tough.
So many great screens to watch the replays.
So many great screens.
So, Patrick, the game has been played in the Cotton Bowl since 1932. 1932. Okay.
It's an old stadium. I get it. That's not my
point.
problem.
That's not my point.
Okay,
there is, I swear to God, there's nothing in college football like when you get that overhead shot of the Cotton Bowl split 50-50 completely in burnt orange and crimson. And it is electric. Not in the, what are you saying? AT&T Stadium?
Yeah, we can split it.
No,
we open up the top.
We had an OU Texas there for the Big 12 championship game that
year.
Make the effort to it was not the same. It didn't have the same energy. It didn't have the same feeling.
I was there.
I thought the side of the stadium that we were on at the last Red River game, where Caleb Williams threw the ball to Marvin Mims, I thought we were going to break the stadium. I legit thought we were. That's part of the thrill.
That's a problem.
No, it's not.
Not a problem.
No.
I remember sitting next to Mark at this past OU Texas.
Oh my
and it
God.
was the most electric environment I have ever been in.
Longest first quarter I've ever sat through.
But you can't
my God, sitting next to Ryan at that game.
All of the things that you said are like negatives. Like yes, if you take them separately, I think they're negatives. But to me, it's like part of the package. It's like, I'm going to go to the fair. I'm going to get my like tickets to get my beer outside. I'm going to leave the game at halftime and get my stamp so I can chug 2 beers outside before I come back in. You know, it's all part of like that experience about going. It's my favorite weekend of the year. And part of that is because it is at the Cotton Bowl, and it is always at the Cotton Bowl, and they better not move it.
Embrace the suck.
It's at the Cotton Bowl. Every time you wake up, you drink Fireball with Ryan earlier than you should. You get to the game. You have to go through the stupid fair. Matt, it's the worst part. I don't know what you're talking about. But you have to go through the stupid fair. And at the stupid fair, you see people you know from OU. You see UT kids who look so smug that you're just like, yeah, baby, I might get in a fight today.
Yeah.
Let's see how this fireball hits. Let's see how this first half hits. And man, then Kennedy Brooks and Marvin Mims go out and double-handedly win the game with the biggest comeback in series history. And Patrick's worried about a little bit of freaking air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't do it. I cannot do it.
This is a tough one.
I moved to censor Patrick.
So last week you guys were like, "Oh, it's a mild take." I came in hot.
You did.
You came in real hot this week.
This is your hottest take.
Yeah,
this is the licorice pizza of Pat's hot take.
It is.
That is. Hey, I am on your side here. Do not drag me into this.
You're not dragged. I'm referring to the situation.
Sadly, though, I think it will happen one day. I don't think they're going to put in enough money to continue restoring the Cotton Bowl for just one game or whatever they really do there. I do think that in 20 or 30 years we do see this happen.
Okay.
From what evidence? What evidence?
It's just getting old. The stadium's getting old. I think like they will
already
eventually
old.
have
It's
to come
been
to this. They'll eventually have to come to the decision of like a safe stadium or moving it to Arlington, and then the repairs are going to cost a significant amount of money. I think it could happen.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
Marston will look something up and be like, not 20 or 30 years.
No.
Okay,
how much? Like we need to look at the revenue.
Happen.
We need to look at the revenue the State Fair of Texas brings in, because it's a lot every year.
Yeah.
And OU Texas brings in a lot of money too.
It does.
Yeah, I can bring in more in Arlington. You can fit 15,000 more people.
But you lose all the fair. You lose
right.
all the
fair gets hurt.
The fair is the worst
The Texas
part.
Fair.
It is the worst part, Matt.
It is the worst part, but when you're talking money and revenue, it's important.